Hello everyone, this is Korosh Erfani and today is Sunday, February 8, 2026. I am going to talk about breaking news today regarding Iran. As you can see, the Iranian government arrested the important reformist figures, politicians, and it cited that they are linked to US and Israel. So this is a claim by the Iranian regime. Of course, there is nothing to be proved regarding this accusation, and they are talking about that the detainees were trying to disrupt Iran's political social order at the time of military threats from the US and Israel. Here you have the pictures of these three people, at least. There were four. We know the name and the picture of at least three. Miss Azar Mansouri, Mr. Askarzadeh, and Mr. Aminzadeh. So I have to add that we are talking about the people who were part of the Iranian government before, right? For example, Mr. Mohsen Aminzadeh was a former diplomat of the Islamic Republic. The Ibrahim Askarzadeh was a former parliamentarian of the Islamic Assembly. So they are part of the Iranian regime. So what I am going to say is not really regarding themselves as a political trend, because the reformists showed effectively that they are not very efficient, they are not independent, and at any moment they are ready to, they have been ready to defend the Islamic Republic, in the face of the world or the Iranian nation, right, through the social or protest movements. So that's why we cannot really consider anything regarding the quality or the popularity of this trend. But I would like to put this aspect aside and draw your attention on something that is even more important, which is that we know that we are going toward a war. We know that Israel and the United States are getting ready to a huge military operation or attack against Iran, and we are going to have almost total war or regional war or a lot of war, whatever you can call that. The point is that at a given moment, most probably with the catastrophic conditions of the country, I am talking about the economy, infrastructures, management, administration, and so on, we are going to have a collapse of government, a collapse of political structure. And at that time, for sure, we are going to have a power vacuum, right? That would be something extremely important, because we have this experience anywhere. For the case of Iraq, after the collapse of the regime of Saddam Hussein, we have the same experience for Syria, Libya. So we know that when there is a vacuum of authority, a lack of authority, there is a possibility for any catastrophic or disastrous scenario to happen. We know that, right? We know that, and Israel knows that as well. So that's why I think what Israel is doing, not only through what is going to happen on Wednesday on the White House in Washington, but also through the infiltrated agents that Israel has within and inside the Iranian regime. We know that a lot of those who are in power, at the top of the structure of power in Iran, are the crypto Hebrew, the Jewish that hide their belonging to the Jewish religion. So these infiltrated spies or agents or whatever you call them, they are there in order to neutralize anything that can happen against Israel, right? And they are everywhere in the IRCG, among the top advisors of Khamenei, or within the structure of the president and his cabinet, right? So they are everywhere. And of course, what they want is to prepare the conditions so that after the collapse of the Iranian regime, which is imminent once the attack or the military action starts, we can be sure that there would be a power vacuum, which means a period of time where there is no central authority in order to govern the country. And we are talking about a country with more than 1,650,000 square kilometer, right? We are talking about something a little bigger than Alaska. We are talking about 1/6 of Europe for the superficie I am talking. So such a big country with a huge complex system of governance cannot be really left to itself for longer than a few hours or a few days. It's not a small country where this vacuum power can be, dealt for the whole system, the whole society for days, weeks, months. It's not Somalia. It's not Sudan. We are talking about a huge country with a very sensitive geostrategic and political situation in the region. So that's why any power vacuum that will last more than a few hours or more than a few days, depending on how sensitive will be the situation, you can be sure that Iran will be facing possible disintegration. I am talking about disintegration of the whole country, not only for the structure of government, but also for the fabric of society. Okay? And a country that had been under central authority as a structural characteristic of its history cannot be really dealing with this vacuum for a long time. We need absolutely an alternative for the Iranian regime, the current Iranian regime, once the war or any similar scenarios can happen. All right, this is what Israel doesn't want: the existence or the presence or the readiness of any real alternative for the Iranian regime. And these guys, the reformists, because they belonged for a long time to the Iranian government, because they know the country, because they know the system, they know how to organize effectively the governance or even the government later, right? These are maybe the only chance to constitute an alternative. Again, I said that personally I don't have any close relationship with this political current. I was always and always against them, and I am still, but we are talking about a very specific moment in the Iranian history where two huge and gigantesque military forces are ready to abolish completely, to demolish, to destroy completely the country. And imagine that what is the chance of the Iranian regime to survive. And even don't think about the regime, think about the minimal structure necessary to take care of the daily life of the people just after bombing and destruction and everything. Zero. The current structure cannot really last. The only thing that we can hope is the readiness, the preparation of a political force in order to take over power immediately and present a minimal structure as the central authority or central government. This is the only chance that we have. Who can do that? What political force can do that? We don't have anything. We don't have anything organized. We don't have political parties in Iran, properly speaking. These are the guys who are the only form, the primary, primitive form of political organization, political structuration, And imagine just a few hours or a few days before the possible collapse of the Iranian regime, suddenly they come for them and they arrest them, and most probably, I don't know, maybe they will execute them, they will destroy them in a way or another. So that's the idea of Israel, putting an end to any chance of having an alternative for the highly possible collapsing Iranian regime. We don't have anything really powerful and meaningful in the opposition, the Iranian regime's opposition outside. We have the agent of Israel, Reza Pahlavi, as a puppet just to create the chaos. And Reza Pahlavi is one of the elements in order to prevent the formation of any serious alternative for the Iranian regime. And this is what is happening inside, thanks to the hidden agents of Israel inside the Iranian regime. And as you can see, the conditions, the favorite conditions for Israel, which means the power vacuum, are getting ready and getting prepared, for just the day after the collapse of the Iranian regime, once the war is there. So that's why we should be attentive about what is going on, because I know that many people are presenting the same narrative that had been presented, also that had been announced officially by the Iranian regime, presenting this guy as agents of the United States, agents of Israel, but doesn't make sense. They were there for 30, 40 years. Why now? So that's why we should be attentive, and that there is a clear intention of the Zionist entity in order to create the favorable and suitable conditions in order to make the disintegration of Iran a reality. This is what Israel wants, disintegrating completely our country, Iran, in order to make of Iran maybe 10, 20 different small countries, all under control of the Zionist or the United States or whatsoever, for oil, for gas, for minerals, and so on. So this is the reality, and we are monitoring that. We should think about the necessity, the absolute necessity of having an alternative. This alternative for short term could not be the most favorable for the Iranian people or our political intention, but first we have to think of the subject technically realistically, and then thinking about our political trend, our ideological beliefs, and so on. That's the reality. I am going to talk more about that in the future videos. Thank you very much for watching this.